Okay, so now, let's see, I don't need that thing anymore. Woo! What I need to do is, now I want to do the squishy tire. Now the squishy tire, I just want it so that when it's on the ground, it squishes a bit. And so, if I grab the tire itself and I go here to deform, there is a thing called a lattice. Okay, there, I'll just reset the settings. I'm going to turn off use local mode. Okay, and what do we need? We don't need, no, we need that to be, say, 2. Okay, great. 2, 2, 2. And, yeah, I'm going to change this anyway once I create it, but whatever. I like that as my default setting. Position around, actually, they've put in a few new options in here. I haven't noticed. Anyway, well, whatever. I'll hit create. And so you're going to see that this creates 2 objects in here. And remember, when you do this, I have display shape hidden in underworld nodes on, the shape nodes in particular, so you can see that there's got like an extra node in here. So it always confuses people, but that's how it is. And what I want to do is I don't need all the lattice to be up here. I need it to be down at the bottom. If I move the lattice right now, it's going to move the tire. But if I select these 2 together, they don't move. I'm just going to go here to the right view, and I'm going to hit if, frame my selection. Okay, great. And then I'm going to get here, and I'll just go ahead and I'll squish the 2. And perfect. Now, why is that not working? Okay, now something weird is going on. Just hold on one second. I'm going to pause. Okay, so I just got back. I'm trying to figure out what the hell was wrong. And this is really weird. Somehow I picked up something on my scale tool, so I had to take my scale tool. I double-clicked on the settings here, and I just reset the tool, and boom, I was fine. Not sure where that came from. Might have been using somebody else's file for things, or something like that. Okay, and I'm going to move this up a bit. But it had me puzzled for a second about all those new options, thinking, oh my god, something I was missing. Okay, great. So that's working. And now I can just take the lattice base by itself, and I can right click and I can grab some lattice points. And so maybe I'll grab these ones and I'll scale them out a bit. Okay. And I might even take these and I'll push them up a bit. Okay, so now we're getting squish tire. I might take the other ones just above it as well. Okay, I just inverted the selection there to get that. And I can take those and I can scale those out a bit. I think I see a little bit of problems with my hard edge on my wheels. Okay, but there. And now you'll see that if I took these 2, I'm just going to take these 2 objects. I'm just going to quickly group them. They're the 2 nodes for the lattice and its base. Okay, I'm going to group them, and maybe I'll hit center pivot on that. Okay, great. And this group here, well, I should name it for the, what is it? Front underscore left wheel underscore, and what am I going to call it? I'm going to give it a cool name, like Squish. I wish I had a child named Squish. Okay, great. I'm just going to copy that just because it's faster. Okay, if I do it on all the tires. And with this thing, with this lattice that I have, probably a good idea would be to make it so that it's constrained to, say, this joint right here. This joint is for steering, right? So if I grab that joint first, and then I grab this, and I go constrain, and I do a parent constraint so it follows it wherever it goes. Okay, and let's just check this out. So now this works, and we'll just see if I did everything right. Oh yeah. And I could change that squish too. It looks like I've almost got a flat tire, right? So maybe that's not such a good idea. So maybe if I go back here and I grab the lattice, and you can make this into a blend shape too if you really get into it. And I'm just going to take these and bring this back a little bit so it isn't quite so crazy. but you get the idea. So if I do that as well, if I check out, if I decide to put any steering joints in here for whatever reason, so if I do a rotate Y, do I have steering on here? Whoop. Yeah, I got steering. I just made a set-driven key so I could steer. And I have to put these lattices on each and every one of these tires, and my life will be cool. Right? Because that just looks like it's sticking to the ground. It gives you that little bit more of give. And maybe, what else do I want to do? I might want to go in here and look at some controls. So, if I'm thinking about a few more controls. If I were to do something like, maybe I want the front end of this to go up, right? What I could do is I can go here to skeleton, and I'm going to get my IK handle tool. And I'll go and I'll see if I can select that joint right there. So I selected the back joint, and I'll select this one. So now I have this IK handle in here. Okay, I might have to do something about that, so if this goes up in the air, it makes sense that the blend shape goes back to maybe its default position or something. But that's cool. And if that means that if I take the back end and I pick it up, whoop, the front tire, well, in this case here, it looks like the front tire is not staying stationary. If I grab that one, though, and I pull it up, and the IK handle is twisting that. Might have to think about this a bit more. Okay. But the IK handle helps me out here, for sure. And so I can pick up the front end. There might be something weird about picking up the back end. Okay, but what I was just going to do is, what do I have here for a car? I was bringing the body. And I'll go here to the side view. It looks like I haven't constrained the body either. And I'll do something like, let's go in here to create CV curve tool. And I'll make some kind of shape that's kind of represents the front end. There it is, 5 years of art school. And then I'll go back here, and I'll make something back here for this end too. And we'll hide my body again. Oop. If I take this one and I move the pivot point there, and I'll take this one, I'll move the pivot point here. I'm just holding down D and V at the same time, snapping the point, and I can call this cur back control, and then this one here will be the car front control. Great. And I could just do something like, in this case here, if I go in and I grab the control and then I grab the IK handle and I go point constraint. Okay, so now when I grab this, it moves that up. And I might do something like take this thing and parent it to that. And this one, if I grab this control and I grab that joint, constrain, and I quickly do a parent constraint, point constraint. Okay, so if I grab with the point constraint, when I move it, I'm still going to do that. Okay, I'm just thinking. We'll leave it at that for now. Maybe I can figure out another way around that. But I'm going to call that good with the car tires. So this is part 2. The big thing is the squishy tire. And when I pull it forward, I get squish.